And then as the de-escalation takes place, we have the Otumfuo led mediation, which is diligently underway. But this matter is immediately addressing the escalation, which has to de-escalate. Then the ongoing processes of mediation will continue. That will also call for the recomposition of the Bawku Inter-Ethnic Peace Committee. And we're also appealing to traditional leaders and all relevant stakeholders, the Peace Council, the National House of Chiefs, the Regional House of Chiefs, to also continue to do their part in building peace. But we as a minority at the outset or foremost convey our sympathies to the bereaved families and the injured, and to all persons and organizations who have lost property as a result of this conflict and as a result of the immediate escalation. But one of the other strategies that we recommend also to government is for government to lead an engagement with the youth and key stakeholders to listen to their concerns, because those concerns, when they are listened to and immediately addressed, it will address the immediate causes of this escalation. And when peace calms down and we have relative calm, it will be an effective recipe for the mediation led by Otumfuo to continue, and for other stakeholders who are also supporting to continue for peace to be built. So that dovetails into the Abeji from Joy FM's concern that Otumfuo led. Yes, so far, very diligent steps have been taken by the Asantehene Otumfuo in mediating this conflict and ensuring that peace is restored. And all the efforts that have been made so far is yielding some results. However, this escalation has come in, and we are asking that we de-escalate so that the ongoing mediation continues. My colleague, Honorable Kofi Amankwa-Menu, will add more. But on the curfew that have been tightened, we are also urging security agencies, all security agencies, to immediately investigate the causes of the escalation and take urgent steps to address. And in approaching the matters in the Bawku enclave, to do so with absolute professionalism and circumspection, fairness, but firmness in a very diplomatic way, taking into account the cultural and emotional sensitivities around this conflict. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Rankin. We have been reliably informed that the House of the Majority Leader, the Honorable Ayariga, has been bent, and so is the Honorable Ladi. Yes, Pusiga. Yes, I understand. Her house has also been touched. And so the visit by the IGP to the Bawku enclave is a step in the right direction. I mean, it's something that everybody should applaud. But what I am reading from social media, if that is true, then the IGP's visit is rather going to create more problems than good. To say that lay down your tools, and that if you lay down your tools, we will consider you for recruitment. It's something that one cannot understand. Why should people, I mean, yes, it is important. In order to de-escalate the situation in the Bawku enclave, it is important that we get all parties involved to lay down their tools. But for me, it will be absurd to recruit people into the security services based on the fact that they've laid down their tools. What it means, that if you do not even meet the criteria to be recruited into the security service, you will be recruited into the security service because you have laid down your tool. That obviously is not the way to go. It is important that we deal with the Bawku issue once and for all. I mean, if we all know the sensitivities surrounding the Bawku issue, so if we are not careful, and then one ethnic group lay down tools and then they are recruited into the security services, we all know the chaos this is going to create for the nation. It is simply not the way to go. We from the minority will support every move to bring finality and then to find solution to the situation in Bawku, because Bawku is a border town And if care is not taken, and we get these armed groupings, using Boko as a very weak point, the entire country will be on its knees. We don't want that. So as a security, as a minority group, we will support any solution to bring peace to the Boko enclave.
Let me,
thank you very much.
The leadership of the committee, I have confidence in them. But just to add on,
that's a
the comments of the IGP, this is purported to be his major public statement ever since he was appointed. And maybe he made that statement just on the spur of the moment. But it is clearly an unfortunate statement, and it's most unfortunate to say that if you lay down your arms, you will be considered for recruitment. It's out of place. If any other person says this, yes, we may not attach seriousness. But coming from the IGP, and the potential, the ramification of that statement is so critical. I think the IGP should consider that statement again, because does it mean that people from other parts of the country would also ingest, fight, and then when they lay down their arms, they will be considered for recruitment into the security services? Most unfortunate. But more to the point, all of you were living witness to how our colleagues in the minority exploited this Boko conflict. We are showing responsibility. We won't come and speak the way they spoke. But one of the key statements they made was that anytime they are in power,
there is peace in Boko.
There is peace in Boko. And that it is when the NPP is in power that the conflict escalates and it gets out of hand. In this case, they are in power. They must show responsibility.
Leadership.
They must show responsibility. They are scratching the surface, yes. The eminent chiefs are showing leadership, but the buck stops with the government. The buck stops with the government. And we expect them to show more maturity and leadership. After all, they have said that anytime they are in power, there is peace at Boko. Why is it the case? Now they are in power, they've been in power for more than 3 months. And the conflict is getting out of hands. Lives are being lost, properties are being destroyed. The NDC government must show responsibility. So disappointed. But we will stay tuned. This matter, we are going to sustain our interest until there's lasting peace at Boko. You won't get the minority to make those irresponsible statements to say that anytime one government is in power, the conflict rather escalates. We won't make those responsible statements. Irresponsible statements. We won't speak like that. But we will take them on. And as a responsible minority, we will do our oversight by making sure that they take up to what they are supposed to do and bring lasting peace to Boko. Our interest is peace and security, protection of property and lives. That is what is key to us. And the NDC will not run away from it. We'll hold them to their promises and we'll make sure they deliver on those promises.
Thank you very much.
Conclude?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are very grateful and we thank you. Your leadership should see me. Oh, the victory. Well, it's always been a wild goose chase from the NDC, as you do know. They knew they had won. I mean, if you claim you have won an election, you don't destroy pink sheet. At the court, they couldn't prove with pink sheet. And interestingly, in the wisdom of the presiding judge, he awarded a cost. Come and look and see the NDC. They were shaking, pleading that the cost should be reduced. Thankfully, justice prevailed. And in Salma Dreji is blue, deep blue again. I thank you.
So what we just had on our screens is the minority press conference on the Boko conflict. And of course, they've addressed, issues in relation to that. But we'd have to come back to studio and talk about football. So it's Premier League preview on TV. I was telling you about a chap who is an African who is not, I want to choose my words carefully because it was a really sensitive night for me some hours ago. I feel if you're an African and you get an opportunity to play for a big club in England, you have to make your people proud. Look, I've seen John Obi Mikel.
What he was talking about.
I've seen John Obi Mikel.
That was Europa League. Let's focus on the Premier League.
Okay, well, it's true. Let's focus on the Premier League. So Graham here, and of course Kwame in the studios as well. So Kwame and Nimbafu in the studios as well. Let's have a